I got the news report instead. I bet.
To get to some breaking news here from Milwaukee's Election Commission, the deputy director is accused of requesting military ballots and sending them to a state representative. 12 News' Matt Smith joining us live at City Hall. Matt, this news just coming in, and we are just days away from an election.
Deanna, breaking developments as we come on the air. 5 days from Election Day, Milwaukee's mayor just moments ago announcing the commission's deputy director, Kimberly Zapata, fired after admitting to illegally requesting military ballots in other people's names and then sending them to State Representative Janelle Brandtjen, perhaps in an attempt to show vulnerabilities, as they would say, exist in the system. The mayor holding a news conference just moments ago alongside the executive director of the Election Commission, announcing that firing, which happened yesterday. The mayor says she admitted to requesting.
I'm trying to see what I can do to pull it up. How? I got you.
Now before the Milwaukee County District Attorney's Office. Just days ago, Brandtjen announced that she received these ballots, forwarded that to the
minute 30 left here,
which launched this investigation. And as we sit here today, new questions now about election integrity across the city and the state just 5 days from Election Day. We are days away from an election, and election integrity is at risk across this state and this country. Why should anyone believe at this moment? Why should they have faith in the city of Milwaukee?
Folks should have confidence in our elections in Milwaukee because we're doing this right now. We're being upfront, we're being forthcoming about the challenge that we face. And look, if anybody tries to interfere with elections in Milwaukee, they will be handled appropriately. In this case, this particular person was immediately terminated.
The breaking developments at this hour, the Election Commission's now former deputy director fired her. Access to any city documents, any city databases immediately removed. We're told this happened yesterday. As this investigation continues, city leaders say they're also looking into whether this deputy director may have done anything else in the past 7 years. They don't believe, they have no evidence.
25.
This is an isolated case, they believe, at this incident, a case now before the Milwaukee County District Attorney, Deanna.
All right, and that is still going to be investigated. But Matt, right now, Milwaukee's deputy director of the Elections Commission fired,
10 seconds.
Accused of requesting fraudulent.
So, I'm wondering where we gonna go with all this, right? So, first of all, you're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. That was truth. Where we gonna go? So let me see. We got budget problems. We Energies is trying to go up like 8%, but they already went up 3% last year. Trying to pass a budget, but we only have 15. Oh, no, wait. 14, no, 13, no, 12, 11. Oh, that's right. We only got 10 until next week. We only have 10 aldermen and women. If we don't pass the budget, we don't have a budget. And right when we're supposed to trust everything and everybody, we have the number 2 person in the Milwaukee Election Commission commits fraud. Now, Kimberly Zapata is the Milwaukee Election Commission deputy director. I don't know her. I don't know if I've ever met her. I don't remember. Why would you wait a week before Election Day to expose a vulnerability in state law? Makes absolutely no sense at all whatsoever. Sounds like a lie someone would tell when they get caught, instead of just saying, yes, you're absolutely right. You catching a vulnerability is a felony, if I'm not mistaken. It's election fraud. For those of you who haven't heard, Milwaukee Election Commission Deputy Director Kimberly Zapata was fired by Milwaukee Mayor Cavalier Johnson, who fraudulently requested military absentee ballots and sent them to who? A Wisconsin state representative. Why they won't put the representative's name in here, I don't know. Probably because she didn't do anything and she's the one that actually reported it. You all told me that we should give Mayor Cavalier Johnson a chance. I said in my opening that he's young and we should give him a chance. I have to say, Mayor Cavalier Johnson did the absolute right thing by firing her and making it public. You went to an election website open to the public. So you had to have committed fraud to fraudulently say you were somebody. You fraudulently said you were in the military. And you fraudulently gave information that was false to the website itself. We're not talking about just sending it. Sending it in and of itself was false. The fact that you actually pretended to be somebody else and sent it to State Representative Janelle Branton, Menominee Falls Republican, to expose a vulnerability in state law that everybody knew was already there, but they respected it. Idiotic. Makes absolutely no sense that somebody would step up and do something like that. But the Milwaukee County District Attorney's Office said it's reviewing election fraud allegations involving the deputy director. I hope you don't handle this like you handled all the other ones. What happened to the guy that's in Franklin that did it to expose problems with the election law? They better both get the same charges if they did the same thing. Fraud is fraud. You actually expect us to trust the process between now and next week? I say the process is fine. I work at polls. I've worked at polls. I've been a chief inspector in the past. And believe me when I tell you, this is the idiocy with absentee ballots. So you wonder why people are leery of people using absentee ballots and going online and filling things out, or the state sending you a ballot when you didn't request it. These are the things that can happen when someone takes advantage of the system. And the only way to fix the system is to prosecute. But I have a question for you. 833-212-1017 is the number. I have a question for you in relation to Milwaukee Election Commission Deputy Director Kimberly Zapata. I know it's after Halloween, but I gotta know. Is it a trick or a treat?
And that is Dr. Ken's Truth on the new 1017 The Truth. On Tuesday night, the Milwaukee Panthers